This is Margaret in Windsor, and I was kidnapped in 1941 from Buckingham Palace. I was brought to the United States, Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married Childers. Both twins were dead. They were killed by their mother, Lina Dempsey, who was unwed. And I found out so much later in '83 when I was in a U.S. political campaign to replace a doctor, Congressman Larry McDonald, whose plane had been shot down by the Soviets because it entered their airspace. This was the KAL, Korean jetliner, and all passengers aboard died, drowned. Now, I've wrote about mind control before I found out about my kidnapping and who I really am, Victoria II, heir to the British Crown. So I'm having to leave out, obviously, all the in-betweens. I put it on former tapes, and I'm on Facebook. Mind Control, this is a book written by Tex Mars, I believe. Well, I know it is. And he puts down here Timothy McVeigh, who tried to tell everybody the U.S. military put chips up his buttocks. Now then, I'm dropping my stuff here. I'm real organized this morning. Here is also William, who's illegal. The lineage there, my uncle helped kidnap me, George the Sixth, and so the lineage is totally bogus there. They hijacked the monarchy. This is George the Sixth meeting with 39, the year I was born, with Roosevelt, who appointed Kennedy, Joe Kennedy, JFK's father, as ambassador to Great Britain, 36 to 46, till he was kicked out then. They helped in my kidnapping. They helped take down my father, who was married to my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, American Catholic, Irish. This is my Aunt Georgia, the artist. And this is the double imposter used to marry Wallace. Now, this was orchestrated by the New World Order that's in place now. Mind control, you can modify behavior or program a person or mass. Now then you can, the New World Order has it and they're in place. They're global. And they've just about taken over everything. And mind control has been used. So Edward Snowden only touched the tip of the iceberg in it. NSA. When I wrote the book, I didn't know about being kidnapped. I've been told that subconsciously I always knew. But wrote the book about mind control. I'd worked for doctors in Atlanta. And it's so advanced now, but I got a letter from the FBI June the 23rd of 79, and then proceeded to, I had antifreeze put in me on April Fool Day of 80. Now then, their answer to it, the FBI turned it, had the letter issued by William Harper, the U.S. Attorney out of Atlanta, that national security involved, ongoing investigation. Now, they took down my father. Why would they take him down? Because he was an honest man. They couldn't control him. They orchestrated the whole thing. He was married to my mom. A double married Wallace Simpson. So that ought to give you an idea how strong they were back then. Now, my point is, what do people call terrorists? They're calling, in Nigeria, the United States is going on there under the guise of being the good guy. They're helping. Okay, my point is, did they orchestrate the kidnapping using mind control? They've gone in, and let me remind you that Nigeria was a colony of the British nations, which, let me say this, that treaties, illegal treaties, were signed by my Uncle George, Elizabeth's father, illegal monarch, hijacked. He actually worked for the United States and the New World Order that's in power. So South Africa has really been taken over by the United States. And what's going on there is now this allows them into Chad, the United States, and they're going in looking good, and the people want their daughters back. My parents wanted me back. I want my sons, Mark and Scott, back, who are heirs. And that's the reason that they kidnapped us, was to take over Great Britain. It allowed illegal treaties my uncle signed for the United States to put its bases all over everything British and kidnap me, and I have been tortured here in this country every day of my life, and my sons have been, and in front of everybody. The thing is, in plain sight, they want me dead. They want it covered up. They want to go on living their good life because they're above the law. So that's what's going on there, and I've wrote about. It's not funny. It's hideous what's happened to me with everybody knowing. I wish people could see what's happening to me here and I'm 75 years old. So, I don't know, I'm going to stop there. I've tried to tell it, and it would be nice if it were all held in an open court and the world had to see it. This is one of the Aurora, Colorado shootings, and these can be proven because mind control is invisible. These can be proven. They were done in patterns. James Holmes is being treated like he's mentally ill, given psychotic drugs. Mind control is a weapon. It has nothing to do with mental illness, and that's what they're touting, all these murders that are done using mind control. A weapon. Now it's mass, and I hope you're following me, because you can use mind control on armies. It doesn't have to be an army of 50 or 60 or 1,000. That's how advanced it is. And this gentleman only touched the iceberg of it. I was telling stuff if they had listened, not tried to kill me back in '78 when I was doing the book, NASA. NASA, yeah. I'll let you go from there. I inadvertently said NASA, but what does NASA really do? Stop and ask yourself what's really going on in outer space and stop trying to go along and enhance what they're doing using mental health. If you think the government's doing anything, or they're a conspiracy, or they don't kidnap a monarch, or the government now is global. I think of John Lennon, and he was killed. I was working for the VA in Huntsville, Alabama, when he was killed, Fred Simpson. And I remember he was such a good man, and he thought everybody could be as one, and it would work. Well, the New World Order would bring it all. I don't think he meant that. John Lennon was a good man with good intent. But that's not what the one world government is, and that's in place right now. And Obama's part of it. This woman, illegal Elizabeth, who's using my money and sold out her country. So everything British is now American, even the monarch. And I'm sitting here, I'm a hostage. I'm the real monarch, Victoria II. Why is the world not uprising over that? And then maybe we could stop all the crap that's going on, the kidnappings in Nigeria. I was going to say something about I just met a man from Nigeria, but I'll leave it at that. He was a nice man, and I somehow, because of where I was some months ago, I wonder, I think he was a friend. He knew who I am. He wouldn't have been there. But my point is, who do Americans, who does anyone call a terrorist? Stop and think about it. They've done all this to me, kidnapped me, and I'm telling about it. Mind control, that's a weapon that they've used and are still using the United States. Who do you think started the technology? So it goes back to the 30s when they, I'm losing the name here, it's early in the morning, Tesla files. The FBI ended up with them. So you've got Interpol that's in place now, your law enforcement. What do you do when you can't call law